Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another character profiles video. This one's going to be about Liliana, the left hand of the divine. Liliana was born in Orlais, and though she is culturally Orlaisian, her mother was Ferelden, and so she considered herself such. Liliana's mother was a servant of Lady Cecily, an Orlaisian noble. Following the Ferelden victory in the rebellion, Liliana and her mother followed Lady Cecily back to Orlais. Cecily raised Liliana after her mother's death, and in her care, Liliana learned much about the royal court and Orlaisian culture. In time, she entered the grand game and entered training under Marjolaine, a master bard and highly skilled player of the game. Liliana fell in love with Marjolaine, for whom she ran errands and became a merciless killer and thief. However, her mentor took advantage of her lover's infatuation and framed Liliana for espionage, a crime punishable by death. Captured and beaten, Liliana was imprisoned. After escaping, Liliana uncovered the full extent of Marjolaine's treachery and fled Orlais, marked as a traitor. Cast adrift, Liliana crossed the border into her ancestral homeland of Ferelden, eventually ending up in the village of Lothering. To atone for her sins, Liliana joined the Chantry there as a lay sister, becoming intensely religious. In Dragon Age Origins, the Warden first encounters Liliana in Dane's Refuge, the tavern in Lothering. When the Warden is set up by soldiers loyal to Loghain MacTair, Liliana assists the Warden in the skirmish. Following the fight, she explains that the Maker had sent her a vision which meant that she must aid the Warden in the quest to end the Blight. Despite the Chantry's claim that the Maker does not communicate with individuals, Liliana is firm in her beliefs. This causes Alistair to suspect she may be mentally unstable, while Morrigan also doubts her sanity. Liliana then joins the Warden's adventures. During the Urn of Sacred Ashes quest to recover the fabled Sacred Ashes of Andraste, the Guardian of the Ashes states that the Maker only ever spoke to one mortal, Andraste, and accuses Liliana of inventing her vision. He proposes that she fabricated the tale for attention, as she feared her life would become dull in the Chantry when compared to the thrill of a bard's life. Affronted, Liliana makes a flustered denial of the Guardian's accusation. The Warden can learn more about Liliana's past at the camp, talking about her life as a bard and Marjolaine. Later in the game, Marjolaine sends assassins to murder Liliana. Upon defeating the assassins reveal that Marjolaine is in Denerim. Liliana and the Warden thus set out to find her former mentor. Once the Warden and Liliana break into the house where Marjolaine is staying, there are two possibilities to the quest. The first is Marjolaine is killed, and the other, Marjolaine lives. After this quest, the Warden and Liliana can become much more intimate if the Warden chooses to romance her. In Dragon Age Awakening, if the Warden chose to romance Liliana, they receive a letter from her, saying the Grand Cleric herself wishes to meet with her. In Dragon Age 2, we learn that Liliana was appointed Left Hand of the Divine by revered mother Dorothea, who had been elected Divine Justinia V. The Divine dispatches Liliana to Kirkwall under the identity of Sister Nightingale, in order to assess whether an exiled march against the city would be necessary to suppress the Major Templar conflict, while tracking down a group of shadowy figures known as the Resolutionists. She encounters Hawke and Prince Sebastian Vale in the Kirkwall Chantry and asks them to convince Grand Cleric Althena to flee Kirkwall and seek shelter in the Grand Cathedral of Val Rayo at the Divine's invitation. During the Mark of the Assassin DLC for Dragon Age 2, Liliana attends a party at Chateau Haine as a guest of Duke Prosper. During the event, she encounters Talis, a Kunari agent of the Ben Hasrath and former associate of Leliana's. Following Cassandra Pentagust's interrogation of Varric, she informs the Seeker that she had tried and failed to locate the missing Warden Commander of Amaranthine and gain their aid in stopping the Mage Templar War. Liliana also appears in two of the Dragon Age books, the first of which is Dragon Age Asunder. In Asunder, Liliana continues to serve Divine Justinia V in seeking a solution to the ongoing conflict following the Kirkwall Rebellion. She encounters Knight Captain Evangeline at a ball held for the Divine, and is also present when Rhys, Wynne, Paramount, and Adrian are granted an audience with Divine Justinia V upon their return from Adamant Fortress. She restrains Lord Seeker Lambert, preventing him from attacking Rhys. Liliana partakes in the raid on White Spire in order to free the captured mages, and it is her presence that reveals to Lord Seeker Lambert that Divine Justinia is conspiring against the Templar Order. In Dragon Age The Masked Empire, Liliana plays a more minor role. Liliana meets Empress Selene I as the Divine's representative at the University of Orlais to discuss the continuation of the Major Templar tension. The Empress goes on to demand that the Divine makes an official statement on the Major Templar conflict within a few weeks. In exchange, Empress Celine must deal with the Elven revolt in Halam Sharal. In Dragon Age Inquisition, Liliana is one of the 3 advisors. She is responsible for espionage and assassinations, and providing information for the Inquisition to use. On the official Dragon Age Inquisition website, there is a passage about Liliana. It reads, "She has many names. Most know her as Sister Nightingale, or the left hand of the Divine. To the rare friend, she is Liliana. They say she found faith amid the darkness, and that her devotion to the Maker is only matched by her devotion to Divine Justinia V, a woman who is both mentor and saviour. Those who have earned her loyalty know her as a steadfast ally, but enemies of the Divine know to fear her, for she is the shadow behind the sunburnt throne, the one who watches and waits, who strikes when her mark is most vulnerable and least suspecting." In an interview with the writer of Leliana, Cheryl Chi, she states, "Liliana has a healthy respect for Cassandra. Even if she doesn't always agree with her, ultimately their goals align, and they'll work together for what they believe is the greater good." At the end of the interview, the interviewer asked, "How is Schmooples?" For those who don't know, Schmooples was Leliana's pet in Dragon Age Origins that the Warden could get for her from Orzammar. Cheryl Tree goes on to say, "Ah, Schmooples, maybe we should let people find out on their own when they play the game." That's the end of the video. As always guys, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. See ya.